So now that UFC 299 is fully in the rearview mirror, we can now look forward. And to me, the only fight worth looking forward to is Charles Olivera versus Arman Tsarukyan. Now, some may try to make the claim that I'm a little biased towards Charles Olivera, and I would understand why someone would say that. That's because I am the president of the Charles Olivera fan club, but I'm going to do my best here to be completely unbiased and give you guys a fair assessment about how I think this fight is going to go. And in my mind, I do not think it's possible for a logical, rational, well-thought-out individual to come to any other conclusion than that Charles Olivera is going to retire Arman Tsarukyan. I'm telling you guys, this fight is going to be hard to watch. This is the kind of fight that you're going to shield your daughter's eyes from. Charles is going to do bad things to Arman. Unspeakable things. Things I don't even want to reciprocate to you. In fact, if I were to tell you the things that Charles is going to do in this fight, that would go against every single YouTube community guideline, and my channel would 100% get taken down. But I think it goes even deeper than that. You see, it's one thing to tell you, oh, this guy's going to get knocked out because of this guy's going to get submitted because of this guy's going to win a decision because of this and that and this. But how do I convey to you how Charles Olivera is going to take this man's soul? How do I do that? How does anyone do that? We're beginning to breach the levels of what human understanding can even comprehend when we look into the things that Charles Olivera will do to Arman Tsarukyan. See, Arman, he's a lot of things. He's a very good wrestler. He clearly has a lot of power when he catches you clean. But none of that is enough to protect him from what is going to happen in this fight. And Charles, he's on another level. He's on another level in every sense of that word. When you match these two guys up against each other, it comes down to a very simple formula. And that is Charles Olivera. He's unbeatable. He is unbeatable in this matchup. It can't happen. It won't happen. So as a fighter, as Arman Tsarukyan, how do you prepare for that? How do you march into that octagon with the knowledge that you are going up against an unbeatable opponent? This is like Superman versus Goku. Arman being Goku and Olivera being Superman. Goku has the power to break any limit, but he's going up against a guy in Superman who has no limits. That is what is going on in this fight. That is what's going on in this matchup. See, none of this is as simple as, oh, maybe Arman catches him clean. Maybe Arman out-wrestles him. That language, you see, you're not seeing the whole picture if you're using the language here. You see, that you use that kind of language when you're discussing a mixed martial arts fight. But this is far more than that. It is so much more. It is a mixed martial arts fight, don't get me wrong. But you got to understand what's riding on this mixed martial arts fight. That is Charles Olivera. That is Charles Olivera. And Charles Olivera is bringing something different into this fight. He is bringing the glory of God. This man has spent years of his life horse racing. Okay? When has Arman Tsarukyan done something like that? Right? You're following me now? Arman Tsarukyan has done nothing like that because he sticks to the basics. He sticks to what everyone else does. He sticks to what's known, and that is just very simply focusing on the 4 pillars of MMA. Boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. But Charles Olivera is going way outside the box. He's playing a different game than everybody else. He's playing a completely different game. He is, before our eyes right now, revolutionizing what it means to be a fighter, right? How do you go up against that? I'll ask you again. How do you go up against that if you're Arman? Now, you tell me. What is your mindset stepping into a cage to fight another man who is playing a different game than you? He's on a different layer of reality. A tiger is a very, very fierce opponent, right? Nobody wants to fight a tiger. But what would you do if you dropped that tiger in the middle of the ocean and had it fight a great white shark? That is Arman in this matchup. It is just that simple. He is stepping into this fight at such a disadvantage that it is absolutely astronomical to even put into human language how he's at such a disadvantage here. He's at such a disadvantage that he's not even aware of the disadvantages he has. Let me put this in a different way to help you understand. Imagine you're going to fight your buddy in Minecraft, But all of a sudden, he goes into creative mode. But you don't even know what creative mode is, but you know that he's in it. That is Arman going into this fight. Now do you see? Now do you understand? Charles is breaking the code, but not just breaking it. He's remolding it. He's bending it to his will. He is Neo, and Arman Tsarukyan is going to be a spoon. He's going to be a spoon. But at the same time, he's going to be much more than a spoon. He's going to be a construct. He's going to be a tool. He's going to be a piece of this reality that Charles Olivera has full control over, that he can bend and warp to his will. All of this world's religions, all of its philosophies, they all have a lot of similarities. And that similarity is that there's one person behind the curtains pulling all the strings. Well, I'm here to tell you that person is Charles Olivera. He's been writing this story. He has been writing this book since day one, starting from the Big Bang all the way to the heat death of the universe. This is all one big stage play, and he's the director. Charles Olivera is the director, the screenwriter, the audience. Charles Olivera is me and you. That's what you need to understand. We are Charles Olivera. All of us. We're all just a little piece of him. And you know what that means, right? You know what that tells us about this fight. Arman Tsarukyan is just a small piece of Charles as well. Charles Olivera is this infinite sea of consciousness. And Arman Tsarukyan is just a little drop. He's a little tiny droplet of it. So let me ask you again. Imagine you're just one little raindrop going against the entire ocean. How do you do that? How do you will that willpower to step into that octagon and fight you? Fight you. But not just fight you, fight everybody. Fight the universe. Charles Olivera is the universe. He is the absolute. He is the being at the end of time. Before there was anything, there was Charles Olivera. After everything is over, there will be only Charles Olivera. Even right now in this moment, there only is Charles Olivera. Everything else is an illusion. Everything else is a construct. It's all a simulation. It's all fake. It's not real. It's as real as Sambo. Charles Olivera is going to win this fight because he is the fight. He's going to beat Arman Tsarukyan because Arman Tsarukyan is just a small piece of him. You simply cannot defeat what is eternal. And what is eternal is Charles Olivera. He's everything. The only reason he lost to Islam Makhachev was because he willed that to be. He willed it. It was part of the story that he's crafting. And he is still continuing to craft that story. But anyway, I'm probably going to go with Charles Olivera defeating Arman Tsarukyan 30-27.